Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Chiquis, and you've reached the voicemail box for Dear Chiquis. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're having issues with your family. Or maybe you need help figuring out how to balance your checkbook or how to start a business. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and opinions, and if you're suffering from an issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your question at the sound of the beep.
You have 3 new messages.
Hi, Chiquis. I'm from San Antonio. And before I ask my question, I'd just like to say thank you for everything that you helped me overcome from reading your books and your podcasts. It always helped me see things in a different light and get over things that at times troubled my mind. My question is, being the oldest, because I'm also the oldest, was it difficult seeing your siblings being able to grow up differently than you? Meaning, like, you had to be the second mom, as you said. You got treated differently, as that's how I see it. Did it ever affect you in any way? Because at times for me, I not necessarily got jealous, but I would say that my siblings were quote-unquote lucky that they didn't have to deal with certain things that I had to deal with growing up. So that's my question to you. Thank you.
Oh, Sandra. Thank you so much for your question, and thank you for those beautiful things you said. You guys make me so happy. Like, sometimes when I'm having like a weird day, like you guys just hearing your voices just make me, I don't know, it just makes me happy. Anyway, Sandra, okay, I'm gonna be real with you, girl. Yes, it is not easy, and I've talked about this so many times. Being the eldest is not easy. I used to question my mom. I used to question God. I felt like I had so much responsibility since I was little. And my mom would always say, I don't know, talk to God, ask him why you're the oldest, but he made you the oldest. Now, after all of that, I understand why. But it did affect me. There were times when I did resent my sister Jackie, especially my sister Jackie, because I saw how different my mom raised her, and I wasn't allowed to shave my legs until I was like, I don't know, 15, and Jackie got to do it when she was 12, and she got to pluck her eyebrows early. Like, everything was just so different. And it did cause some tension between Jackie and I. Mind you, I love my sister, but I feel like my mom, since we're the eldest, you know, somos las más grandes, they're harder on us because they didn't have a manual. That's what my mom would always tell me. She's like, you didn't come with a manual. I don't know how to deal with it. You're so different from what I was, because I was very different from my mom at every age, I think. So I think it's just, it takes us some time to understand that as the older ones, as the like eldest, we are the ones that put our parents through everything first. So for everyone else, it just gets easier and easier and easier, and they get to get away with a lot more than we did. But yes, to answer your question, I did feel sometimes jealous. I did feel a little bit resentful towards my sister and my mom. And thank goodness all of that has gone away now that I've gotten older, and I appreciate the fact that I'm the oldest and everything that I am today because how my mom was with me. But yeah, I mean, I get you. I feel you, Sandra. All those things are normal. Just don't let them consume you, and pray every single day and meditate. Meditation has helped me. Like, now that my mom isn't here, it's a little different because I feel like I have to protect my siblings. It's just very different. I feel like now that second mom, I have to be that second mom and also balance being the sister. So it's tough, but it's a beautiful thing being the eldest. And yes, we get sometimes a shorter end of the stick, but at the end of the day, we don't. You'll see why. Te mando un abrazo. Again, thank you so much for those beautiful words. And I hope that I was able to help, okay? All right, that was a good one. Our next question is from Maria.
Hey Chiquis, this is your Greek and Italian boss bee that loves you very, very much. I have a question and I need your advice because I just don't know what to do, and it's business related, which I'm not really business savvy, and I feel like maybe you could help me. So I accepted a job offer for a position that I interviewed for a few weeks ago, and I left the interview feeling like I was underqualified based on what little experience I had in the field. It was such a huge surprise that they offered it to me that I accepted it on the spot, and I did not negotiate the salary because I wasn't sure if it was appropriate given that I didn't have enough experience, but they're giving me a chance. So I just accepted it, and I didn't realize that maybe doing that in the process I would be underselling myself which I already have a hard time, seeing my full potential and believing in myself. That's a whole other story. The problem is I applied for another position at another company in a totally different field. And, it was referred to me by a friend and she said the pay is better. My question is, if they offer me the position, who do I turn down and how do I turn it down and what do I say? I just don't know what to do.
Oh my goodness, Maria. Okay, look, I'm going to give you the best advice possible, and I hope that it helps. Every time I find myself in a pickle, in a crossroads, like which way do I go? I always just close my eyes and I ask, okay, where do I feel the most peace? That's going to be a question that you have to ask yourself. In my opinion, it's just honestly, you have to figure out and see yourself, envision yourself, where am I going to be happier? Sometimes, yes, we all want to get paid more. Money is important, absolutely. But sometimes what's more important is, am I going to be happy? That's priceless. Am I going to have peace? Is this the position I really want and that I'm looking for? And they gave you the opportunity, like you said, you were underqualified, but obviously they like something about you. So that says a lot. So tampoco don't sell yourself short in that way. Like they gave you the opportunity because you earned it, because you deserve it. Now, this other job is going to pay more, but that's where honestly, my best advice is you only know inside of your heart, where am I going to have more peace? Because you can go to the other job and get paid more, but is that really what you want? You kind of have to weigh it out in that way. It's a little hard to tell because I don't know exactly what the jobs entail, but ask your heart, close your eyes and say, okay, where do I feel peace? If your tummy starts tightening up with one decision or the other, then that's when I don't know, I don't have peace with that. When you feel like, oh, I see myself there, I see myself growing, I see myself leveling up in every way, little by little, because in the other job where they're probably not going to pay you as much, you can ask for a raise in a little while once you prove yourself. So I don't know. That's the best advice I can honestly give you, Maria. And I'm going to be praying that you make the right decision. I hope that helped, and I can't wait to hear from you again. Let us know what you decided. Alrighty, so now our final question is from Elaine. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, Chiquis. I have a question about friendship. So I've been friends with this girl for about 15 years now. We've been friends since high school. But 2 years ago, we had a bit of falling out over an issue. And we kind of made up and talked here and there, but our friendship wasn't like it was used to be. So I wanted to ask you, how do you know whether someone is worth keeping in your life as a friend? Because friendship takes a lot of effort. Sometimes you just want to get rid of the toxic people, but how do you know if someone is worth it?
Okay, Elaine. Like I told Maria, I'm all about what gives you peace in your heart and in your mind. Now, I've had those types of relationships myself, friendships, and it took me a while to learn this, but even in relationships, like loving relationships, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, those people are there to teach you something. They are teachers and masters of our life, and so are friendships. Sometimes some friends are not supposed to, or meant to, should I say, move on to the next phase of your life. Those are called seasons. Maybe that friend was there for that season of your life. And as much as we want to hold on to certain people because they were there when no one else was, because they did something for us, we don't want, and I've talked about this on Chiquis and Chill, toxic loyalty is holding on just because they were there. But if you guys had that falling out and the things did change, don't force anything. I'm the type of person that says I can't force my foot in a shoe that's not my size. It's going to create blisters. It's going to create bunions. You know what I mean? So it's hard also to say, how do you know? But if you don't feel the same way, if it's not that same excitement to hang out with her, to be around her, you just don't feel that vibe and that peace in your heart and in your mind, then maybe that person's just not meant to move on with you in the next phase, in the next level of your life. It happens. It's part of life. And some people stay forever, and then people are just there for a little bit, and you learn from them and you grow, and that's it, So I don't know if that's the case, Elaine, with your friend, but you're asking for a reason. So that there tells you that something's not sitting right. Something changed. You guys probably outgrew each other, and that's okay. that happens. So I hope I answered your question. All of you, actually. Thank you, Sandra, Maria, and Elaine, for submitting questions to this week's episode. We covered a range of topics today, so I hope some of you found the episode helpful. If you'd like me to answer your question, head over to speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast and leave yours. Really looking forward to hearing from you guys. I'll see you next week. Los quiero. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.